So if you're thinking of relocating to Germany as a student in the year 2026, I'll be breaking down the total cost that you'll require if you plan to study in Germany. So if you're making your plans for 2026, these are things you should put in mind, and if you have the complete amount. Now, I won't be stating facts, with any country's currency, because then I don't know who is watching this video, if you're from Nigeria, if you're from Asia, or whichever country you're from. We're just going to start with the first step, which is the admission process. So for the admission process, it would take time, a lot of time, and it would need internet, your data. And this time you need would be to search some of the websites where you can find, schools in Germany. A lot of people make use of is the DAAD website. In one of the previous videos which I made, I talked about the DAAD website and how you're able to access it. Now, using the DAAD website is free. It only needs your time, like I mentioned, and internet data. The part where you now have to spend, or where you need to spend money, is the Uni Assist platform. Not all universities in Germany would require you to use the Uni Assist platform. So if you are fortunate enough to check online and you find universities that require just online application, so this means all the applications you would make would only be on the school's platform, on the school's database, then you would not need to spend to make an application to the school or to the university. But mind you need to make applications to more than one university, of course. So let's say you find 5 universities and they are online. Lucky you, then you don't need to spend. You've just had to spend time and then data. Now, if you have to make use of the Uni Assist platform, this is where your first cost will come in. On the Uni Assist platform, if you're applying to one university, you're paying 70 euros. But the 70 euros goes directly to Uni Assist, and on their platform, you would get links once you start the application on how to proceed and where to make the application. Now, if almost all the universities that you'll be applying to make use of the Uni Assist platform, this means you pay for the first university 70 euros, for the second university you're applying to 35 euros, and any additional university 35 euros, and make that total amount in euros and calculate the equivalent in your country's currency. Now, I just talked about making your application on the Uni Assist platform and what it would cost you. Check the Uni Assist site so that you can see for yourself the fees here. So here we're just going to come here, Uni Assist, I'll close here, and because it's in German, I'm just going to change it so that you can see it and understand. Okay, so here go okay. Now you see what it does. Uni Assist evaluates applications by international student applicants for international student applicants here for 180 German universities, and show you the way. So you have here, you have here, you have here, you have here, and you have for universities. So if you want to know how much, let's just go to this. It talks about apply online, then it talks about pay all fees. So let's go to find out more and how much it is, and the handling fees. So here, don't want to waste time. This is exactly it. In one application semester, these handling fees apply. Cost for the first chosen course of study is 75 euros. Oh, sorry, that my bad. It was changed to 75 euro, and for each additional chosen course of study, 30 euros. So you already know what it is. This is it. Example for one application semester, study A, this and this. And so you see the amount I talked to you about. But before you make your application, remember that your university certificate has to be notarized, legalized, whichever word you would like to use. So it means to show that your university transcript or certificate is legal and of course is authentic. Now, a lot of people go to lawyers to do this. I think the German consulate also provide this service. However, why some persons delay to use it is because of the waiting time before you can put in your documents. But this is an additional cost. So for the notarization, let's say you're charged 50,000 naira. So you could just try to convert that in your country's currency, what its equivalent is. That's basically two major things that you are required to have when you want to make your application to the university. Aside this, let's say you then land an admission. In this video, I'm not going to talk about the blocked account because that's a mandatory thing that you will require. Now, remember that you need to pay the visa fee. At the moment, I don't know if it will increase later. Usually the visa fee should be 75 euros. So you should know the equivalent of 75 euros in your country's currency. That's for the visa fee. Aside the visa fee, you need to buy a prepaid courier, which is of course so that your documents can be posted back to you home. So that would come at its own additional cost. For those using DHL, you already know what that how much it's going to cost. So you also put that in your budget. I like to do it on your own and by yourself. Next fee then will then be your flight, of course. And you know how much the flight is estimated, since it's just going to be a direct flight and not a one-way flight, by the way, not like a two-way, not a one-way flight, by the way, not like a two-way flight. Then you look at the estimated amount of roughly, I cannot say, let me put it in dollars, or if I would use euros. So a one-way flight, for instance, with Lufthansa, if you would book ahead, is, I think, roughly around 600 euros. So when you put all this together, you already know what that is. Now, if you want an agency to do it for you, you can reach out to Elaris Consult, or we can support you. Anyway, if you have any questions or something I've not mentioned in this video, please drop it in the comment and we will respond to it. If you need support, please send us an email and we will respond to it. I'll see you.